Welcome back, you guys, to the McPherson Sisters Real Estate Team video blog. I am Jennifer.
I'm Megan, and this week we have a special guest, Lisa Wells with CrossCountry Mortgage here. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, girls.
Thanks so much for joining us today. So, as promised, we wanted to let buyers know what they should be asking our lenders, right? Lisa says, Meg, we always get a phone call. What's your rate? What's your fee? Because that's what they think that they need to ask. That's what they know to ask. So what should they be asking, Lisa?
I think the number one thing that buyers should be asking right now is, what is your process for getting me pre-approved? What is my process for me understanding what that pre-approval means? I think there's so many times where clients are approved, but they don't know truly how much they're approved for or what it looks like or a true breakdown of what fees, rates, cash to close could cost them.
Yep. Right.
So I think in that initial conversation, we really like to go over what does our process look like and what most importantly are the time frames. Because right now the market's really hot, right?
It's crazy.
And so people have to be able to move quickly. And my biggest thing is I want to make sure clients are really educated during the process so that when it comes down to making an offer, they're not wondering like, oh, can I really afford this? Or am I comfortable with that cash? We've already reviewed it so that they can make really good decisions and really quick decisions because that's what the market's requiring right now.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And also, they can apply online right on your website. It's super easy to do that. Mm-hmm. And you're the loan officer that answers my text messages at 10 o'clock at night when we're in a multiple offer situation and I need a pre-approval letter.
Yeah, so that's the other thing too, is just really responsive and closing fast. Like we can still close deals within 3 weeks. And right now that's relatively fast because appraisers are busy, title companies are busy. And I think knowing the timelines of how quickly you can close and the responsiveness of your loan officer is super important.
It's extremely important. It's actually a deal breaker for quite a few
deal
deals.
breaker.
Yep. So the seller's goal is typically to get not only the highest offer, but make sure that their buyers are pre-qualified. Right. We have a closing guarantee, right? What's a closing guarantee?
Yep, we have a $5,000 close on-time guarantee. And what that means to the sellers is that if we screw up or we cannot close that loan on the date that the contract says, we then pay the seller $5,000 for the inconvenience of taking our offer when they had others standing in line.
Yeah, which is huge. And 3 weeks that's fast.
That's very fast.
That's very fast. A normal close window is like 30 to 45 days.
Right.
So when we're in a multiple offer situation and our loan officer can get it done for that seller in 3 weeks, that's a wow factor. We need to stand out.
Right.
And so in order for us to do that, it's all about having a strong buyer, which means a super strong lender on the other end of things.
Right.
So, all right. Anything else, Lisa, that you can think of?
I think the other thing too is clients typically ask, how long is your pre-approval good for? It's good for 120 days.
That's a good one.
A lot of times clients will say, we want to lock our interest rate. You can't lock your interest rate until you actually have a purchase agreement. We lock properties, not people. So you can shop around all you want up front, but no one's going to be able to lock you until the rubber hits the road, which is when you have a contract. So again, properties, not people.
Yep. Right. And then one other thing I get asked a lot, Lisa, is if I want to go and get a second opinion from my bank on interest rates or whatever, is that okay for them to do that? Does that hurt their credit score? What does that look like?
Yeah, good question, because that is something that when you go out and you get multiple credit inquiries, if it's done within typically a 2-week window and it's all the same inquiry mortgage, there's no additional hits on your credit. I think mortgage lenders made that up at one point to say, oh, you're going to have a bunch of hits on your credit bureau if you won't double check.
Right.
That is inaccurate unless it's beyond that 2-week window.
Right.
A lot of times what I tell clients is, your credit score, talk to a lender, get something in writing, and let us look at it because no estimate is the exact same. And we look at these every single day, multiple times a day.
Yep.
And so don't be afraid to show us what you have because if it is a better option, I'll tell you, and then you should know and feel confident you got a better option. Yep. But if it's not, I'll point out why it's not and explain what we're doing versus what they're doing.
Yeah, and you're always honest about that.
Yeah, I mean,
so many clients, and they think, gosh, well, yeah, she's going to tell me hers is better. She doesn't. If for some reason she honestly, truthfully thinks that you should go with another lender or another bank, she will tell you to do that.
Right.
So she's fantastic. She's been a huge mentor of ours since we got into real estate. many, many years ago, and she's just a rock star. So we highly recommend her. Thank you for always doing such an amazing job for our clients, Lisa. We love you.
We
so.
appreciate you trusting us and
Absolutely
love working with you girls.
Well, next week, you guys, we are going to talk about the don'ts.
Yeah, what not to do
What not to do for
when
what?
getting ready to list.
Yes, some people stick their money in the wrong places.
Right.
What are those wrong places? What does that look like? What are you wasting your money on?
Yeah,
We're
don't
here to
do it.
educate you. Yes, so don't do it. Call us. Until then, we hope that you stay warm. We are now full-blown fall weather, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed having Lisa on this week.
Yes.
And stay tuned for next week. Thank you.